Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, guys.
Hello, sir.
So, Naveen, sir, shall we start? Do we have a house full?
Ali sir, just wait for a few more minutes. Why? Because we informed to candidates so late. So just wait for 5 minutes.
Sure, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No issues.
Guys, just wait for 5 minutes. So others will join.
Okay.
Ali sir, you can start the session.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Can you like please turn on your mic and respond? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, it will be an interactive session. I would be frequently asking you questions and asking you whether you guys understand or not. Just try to unmute yourself only that time because we don't want background noises from your end also. So we want your responses. I think someone can everyone go on mute now? Like because I think there is some sort of background noise from someone. Yeah, cool. So I'll give you a small intro about myself. I am actually a working professional in IT, and I do have like somewhere around 7 years of experience. And I'm currently working in MNC, so I'll try to make it as more practical or relevant to you guys. That's this particular course that you will feel that it is very much implementive, like which is bare minimum needed for you guys in order to work in IT. So as you have like you might have attended the demo of development also, I guess, right? Everyone, anyone can say yes, no, anything. Have you guys attended the demo of development?
No, sir.
No, this is your first demo. Okay,
No,
no
sir.
issues.
Yes, this is for.
So I'll give you an high level understanding of that, right? So basic idea is that software testing, I'll tell you basically. So on software testing, the software testing is the easiest way to get into IT, first of all, because if you want to go into a IT industry with a developer profile, so it will ask you for a lot more things like technical understanding of the software, right, including coding and all, right? Some people are very good in understanding the concepts and like accepting that particular coding part, but some people are not actually that great in understanding things, right? With the coding perspective. So but they know they can understand the concepts, right? So basically for them, software testing has two different profiles. First one is manual tester and second one is automation tester, right? I'll give you a quick walkthrough of that. What is manual tester? Manual tester don't need any kind of programming knowledge. So if you are like basically trying to get into IT and that are not that much fond of the programming and coding and all, so you can go in manual testing field. You will get paid good, and you can start with a good amount of salary and good amount of good handsome profile in the IT industry. Okay, cool. So another one is automation testing. Now what is automation testing? I would say that it needs a minimum level of programming knowledge. If you are from technical background, you have seen programs and coding languages, and even though if you haven't seen it before, you can start from right now. Automation, you can become an automation tester. The salary will be somewhere equivalent to developer, and you will actually get paid good amount in working as a working profession as a automation tester. Okay, everyone is clear till here? True profiles in testing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Now let us understand what exactly we do as part of tester. Okay. So as a tester, let's assume a scenario, right? I'll explain in this way. Can you guys see my screen? Oh, you don't. Let me just quickly share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cool. What is this? Can you guys see this? Oh, can you guys see this picture?
Yes,
Yes,
So what
sir.
is this? This is a pen, right?
yes,
So
Yes.
assume this scenario. I want you to write your introduction. Okay, from where you are and what exactly you have done in your past. Recording is on, right? I think it's on. Give me a second. I'll check. Yeah, it's on. It seems to be recording. Okay, cool. So basically, what I'm asking you, you have to do what you have to write a introduction of yourself, and that will include basically your prior experience or your prior education background. Okay. Now, if I ask you to write an introduction and you don't have a pen, what you will do? You will go out and buy a pen, correct?
Yes.
So you will go to the, you will walk and you will reach to the shopkeeper, basically your shop, and then you will ask whether you want a pen, right? What kind of pen you will explain, and you will ask him to give you a pen, correct?
Correct.
So what shopkeeper will do? Shopkeeper will hand over you a pen, correct?
Yes.
So what is the first thing you will gonna do with the pen? What is the first thing you will do?
Open the pen and check the box.
Open the pen and check whether it is writing or not, correct?
Yes.
Why? Because you are investing some sort of money and you want that particular product to work fine. What exactly you are doing with that pen is testing whether the pen is working or not, correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So basically what I'm trying to explain you here is testing is nothing but this only, right? When you do it with the software, it becomes a software testing. How it works in industry, basically, there will be so and so company which will be basically working manually, right? For an example, let's take an example of a school, right? Your school, your old school, okay, which from where you have passed out. For an example, your old school is being managing their records manually with registers and all. You all have seen, right? School used to maintain the records and attendance and everything manually in the registers, correct?
Correct.
So basically, for an example, their rival have upgraded to softwares. Now they have upgraded like a thumbprint punching machine and all, and automatically the attendance is being recorded from there itself. Okay. So what this school thought that they also need a software to maintain the records and all. So what they will do, they can't develop, the school can't develop the software by themselves, right? Correct? They don't have capability, correct?
Yes, sir.
So basically they will go to the IT companies and ask them to develop a software. Now when they will ask for a software, they will give some sort of requirement. Okay, I need a software wherein student can like give their attendance, wherein student can log in and give their attendance, something like that. Okay, basically, as a software tester, what you need to do, when the customer gives you the requirement, and the customer give you the requirement, it will be in a document form. Okay, understanding my point? Basically it will be a document, right, wherein everything will be right. The student should be able to log in and something like that. Okay, now when the software, when the requirement comes, there will be two teams working on that, whole testing team and whole development team, correct? Developer, the job of developer is to develop the software. For an example, this is the login page of the, oh shit, give me a second. For an example, this is the login page of that particular school website. Okay, and this is the requirement. Enter valid username, valid password. User should be able to log in and see the home page. Okay, getting my point? Everyone got the point? Any
Yes.
questions still here?
No, sir.
No, right? So basically, this is your requirement given by that school, and then this is the software which developer has developed depending upon this requirement. So as a software tester, what is your job? Your job is to check whether this software is actually working according to this requirement or not. If this requirement is saying by entering valid username, valid password, clicking on login button, home page should be displayed. So you as a software tester, give the valid user ID, valid password, hit the login button and validate whether the home page is being displayed or not. Job done. On a higher level, this is our job. Okay, got it? So what is the job of software tester? verify the functionality of an application against the requirement specification. So is it not the same thing you're doing with this particular pen? When you stepped out from your home and reached the shop, you have explained a particular requirement to the shopkeeper that I need a blue dot pen with a metal body. When the shopkeeper hand over you that pen, you check whether first of all it is writing or not, because it doesn't take to test a pen which is not working for the basics only, right? So you first check whether it is writing or not, then you check whether it is a blue pen or not, then you check whether it is a dot pen or not, then you check whether the body is metal or not, correct? Yes, no,
Right.
anything? So basic idea is that testing is something you guys used to perform in your day-to-day life. You just need to understand how to do it in the software, right? Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any questions before we move ahead? Any questions regarding this? What is software testing? What is testing? Or any more example you guys need, or you feel like I am little low in voice or little faster to explain or something like that? Any feedback? Because this is very first class of us, right? We need to get in sync. Any such ideas, guys, for the class? No?
All, all okay.
Okay, cool. So basic idea is that first, for today's class, what we are targeting to understand, what is software testing, basically how industry works, that I have given you a glimpse, right? How industry works. And secondary, why exactly there is a need of a software tester. Okay, cool. We are targeting to cover these things first for today's demo. Okay, now basically you understood what is software testing and how exactly you need to test the software. Basically you will get a requirement which will come from the customer side, because they will only tell you what exactly type of software they will need. Okay, getting my point? So you will refer that requirement, the developer will also refer that requirement. Developer, by seeing that requirement, develop a software and they will hand it over to you, and then you as a software tester refer the same requirement and check whether the software is actually being developed according to that requirement or not. Getting my point? Now this way you will basically you will have many iterations. First of all, developer will develop one page, like for an example, this is the login page, right? Developer has developed, by seeing the requirement, developer has developed only login page. You guys need to test this login page. When you are testing this particular login page, developer will work on a different piece of the software, maybe the home page or something like that, attendance page, something like that, right? So once they are done with the development, they will give you for the testing. Same iteration will work again and again and again, and then and at a one point of time you will reach to a stage wherein the whole software is ready. Got it? And then you will give it to the customer. Now customer will start using it, right? This is all about the industry. This is on a higher level. This is how industry works. Cool. Cool. Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now let us understand why exactly the software tester is needed, or why exactly the testing is needed. First of all, why do we need to do the software testing? Now, basically, for an example, if we are not doing testing, we are just developing and giving it to the customer. Okay. Now, assuming a particular software, um, for an example, it's a banking software, nothing but taking the example of Paytm. Okay. Cool. Now, if you take the example of Paytm, Paytm has a loan section. Everyone knows it, right?
Yes.
Yes,
A
sir.
user can apply for a loan, right? So for an example, the Paytm owner has given the requirement to the developers, and the developer did what? Developer did the development of Paytm. But our company, for an example, this particular project is being governed by Wipro. So Wipro decided we will just develop this Paytm, will not test it, and will directly give the software to the customer. Now, if they don't test it, what will be the chances? Chances are there the software is not actually working according to the customer requirement. right? For an example, that loan amount, every time a user apply for more than 5 lakh rupees of amount, the amount of interest which should be deducted should be somewhere around 11%. Okay, but what developer has done when they are programming, right? When they will program, no, they will program in programming languages, but for an example, we are trying to replicate that program. Loan amount, if loan amount is greater than 5 lakhs, let's assume this, this is the condition they have given in the program. Okay, this is how they program the software. If the loan amount is more than 5 lakh, amount of interest should be equal to how much? 11%, right? 11.00. Where is that percent sign? Yeah. Okay, so this should be the scenario, correct? This is how they need to program, right? But what if I say that, because they will type everything, right? They will type the program, and they can make typo mistakes also, or they can make other mistakes also. So for an example, they have what, like, instead of putting this decimal point here, they have put it here. What does this mean? This means every time a user apply for more than 5 lakh of amount, the amount of interest on that particular amount should be 11%, but currently it is charging 1.1%. Correct? Yes, no, anything? Guys?
Yes, sir.
So basically, what I'm trying to say, if developer has developed something, because they are also human, they can do mistake in development, correct? We all will agree on that, right? If you are even like in day-to-day life, if you are cooking something, right, there is a chance of you making some sort of mistake. What usually you do when you're done with cooking, you will take a spoon, you will try to taste it whether it is actually being developed, cooked like that only, which you are assuming, correct? Yes, no, anything?
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say here is, if you don't test it, because if you test it, basically what you will do as a software tester, if you are testing this particular loan feature, you will first of all apply for more than 5 lakh of amount as a loan, and then you will verify whether the amount of interest while repaying that, whether the amount of interest is being charged at 11% or not, because it will be there in the requirement, right? So if you are testing it, definitely you will catch this. But if you are not testing this, definitely what will happen, you will move a software with this particular defect. What you call it as? You call it as defect. So defect is a technical term. You also call it as bug. You might have heard it this before, bug, right? So
Yes, sir.
basically, what is a defect or a bug? Defect or a bug is basically what, a particular functionality which is not working according to the requirement, something which is not working according to the requirement. So as a software tester, when you test it, it's your job to find the defects in the software, find the bugs in the software. But if you are not at all doing the testing, what does that mean? Basically, you will move a product without testing to the customer, and because of certain bugs, customer might undergo severe losses, correct? Because
Yes.
this, with this example, you have understood, right? If a person apply for loan, they are only charging 1% interest instead of 11% interest, means straightforwardly there is a loss of 10% amount. Means, for an example, they have applied for nothing but 5 lakhs. 10% of 5 lakhs will go as a loss for the Paytm right now, correct? Maybe it's a it's a good amount of maths. Even I'm not comfortable with maths, but yeah, we have understood the scenario, right? Everyone,
Yes. Yes.
I want a yes or no from everyone, whatever it is.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool. So basically, this is why now this is a like banking domain or finance domain software, right? that's why it is leading to a particular loss of amount, correct? But what if I say you I tell you, we are developing a software as a Wipro, we are developing a radar system. Now radar system is also having a particular software, right, which will show you where is the plane and where is the other thing, right? But what I'm telling you, right, uh, we have developed the software, but we haven't tested the software. Means basically there is a chance of having a defect on that particular radar system, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, basic idea is that if that radar system is having a defect, there might be chances it will not show the accurate position of the planes, and it may lead to the casualties of human life, correct? So need not necessary every time the loss is financially loss, but it could be of basically a life loss also, depending upon what kind of software you are developing. So basically I'm not like telling you guys it's a huge responsibility, but yeah, whatever you guys do have something to do with losses and profits. Okay, cool. So basically this is why first of all, this is why the software testing is needed, because if you don't test the software and directly give it to the customer, and customer starts using the software, there might be chances, due to some bugs, due to some defects, customer might undergo huge losses. Secondly, to improve the quality of the product. Now, if there is a lot of bugs in the software, right? For an example, we are very fond of social media, right? We are using our Instagram, right? So what if I tell you, right, every time you try to post something, it is going to post after 10 minutes or something like that. Every time you try to send a message, it might deliver or might not deliver. And if I'm trying to tell you that if you want to post a story, you can't do that. Now these all are defects, basically. These all are defects, and if these defects are being present in the software, for an example Instagram, will you use this particular software or will you go for another platform?
I'll go for another person.
You will go for another platform, right? If your software quality is very bad, your customers end user, for an example Instagram is our customer. We are when we say us, basically we are IT guys. We are trying to tell that we are from the IT company. So when I'm saying that, we means basically IT company, customer means basically who gave the project to us, and end users basically customers end users who will going to consume that particular product. For an example, if you are talking about Amazon, so Jeff Bezos will act as a customer for us. Us means what? Who? IT companies. And for an example, we are TCS. So Jeff Bezos give the project of Amazon to TCS. So TCS will gonna be the IT company. The customer TCS will be Jeff Bezos, and the person who is using the nothing but your Amazon, that will be the end users. Any doubts in here?
No, sir.
No, right? So basically, what I'm trying to tell you here is, if the software quality is very bad due to the bugs, due to the defects, the end user might migrate to another software. If currently, if you are asking me also, right, if Instagram has a lot of bugs, I will switch to another platform. Let's say Twitter or something like that, Snapchat, correct? So as a software tester, if you test the software, basically you will help in improving the quality of the software. You will find those bugs so that it will not go in live. It will not be there when you move the software to the customer side. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Okay, sir.
Cool. Can everyone go on mute? I think someone is having background noise. Cool. So to ensure the software is developed according to the customer requirement. Now this is one another point of or pro of having a software testing in your life cycle. Okay. So basically what happens, right? This requirement, all requirements comes in some document format, right? So while reading of the, this happens, right? Usually this happens. There is a, for an example, there is a book. I give you a book. I gifted you guys a book. Now you might read the same paragraph and take the meaning of that paragraph in another way, and the other person might read the same paragraph and take the another meaning of that particular paragraph. It happens, right? Different people have different understanding on things, correct? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Someone's mic is buzzing, I guess. Harshit, can you go on mute? Neeraj, can you go on mute? Thank you. So basically what I'm trying to explain you here, so different people when read when understanding things is different, right? So there might be chances when developer is reading out this requirement and try to develop a particular software, they might take the requirement otherwise. They might have a different understanding from what exactly it is being written there, right? So if you are not doing software testing and directly moving the software to basically customer, that time there might be chances the customer will reject it while saying that this is not something which we have requested for, right? They will say this is not we have requested for, you have developed something else, and they will reject the software. So basically this is also a problem. To overcome that, we have software testing, right? So when we have the software, we have to test whether it is being developed according to that requirement or not. So basically, if this is the scenario when developer has a different understanding and developed a different functionality, you will definitely catch it, correct? If you are doing a software testing. Yes, no,
Yes.
right? Yes, correct. So basically this is all about initial way. This is all about software testing. When the software comes in, when the first of all requirement comes in, you have to read out the requirement, understand the requirement thoroughly, right? Understand the requirement, what exactly the requirement is saying. And then when the software comes up from the developer side, you need to validate whether that particular software is exactly being developed according to the requirement or not. Anything which is not working, which is not actually behaving according to that requirement, you will treat it as a defect or bug. Got it? We call it as a defect or bug. So it's your responsibility. What is the major role? What exactly, why exactly they hire you in the industry? Due to these reasons. Basically if you don't test it, the customer might undergo huge losses, right? You will be responsible to test the software and catch those bugs. To improve the quality of the software, catch the bugs and improve the quality of the software, to ensure the software is being developed according to exact customer requirement, to check whether the behavior is exact like that or not. If the behavior is not exact like that, means it is a bug. So all 3 points, if you can see here, is nothing but related to defect or bug. So major role of software tester is to catch that particular defects which is there in the software. You will take the requirement, you will open up the software, you try to test that particular software and make sure that particular software is defect free. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Now there are certain basically uh, definitions of software testing which you can use. First definition is basically the process of finding a defect in the software is a software testing. Now basically when you open the software and you do the actions, do some sort of testing, and in this whole process there might be chances the software will behave properly and it will not have any defect. There might be chances you will encounter a defect. So this whole process, where are you in hunt of the defect or bug, that is called as software testing. Got it?
Yes.
Cool. Then second point is basically verifying the functionality of an application against the requirement specification is called software testing. This is my personal favorite. Basically This explains the software testing in a better way, wherein now basically there will be software has functionalities, right? If you go to the Instagram wherein you are trying to tap on that particular story thing, and then you select a particular picture and you will hit on the post button, right? Something like that. So basically this is one functionality of Instagram. When you go to the login page, you'll enter user ID, you'll enter password, valid user ID, valid password, you hit the login button, you'll see your Instagram homepage. So basically this is another functionality. Whole software is being made with a lot of functionalities, right? Which are nothing but facilities for you. So basically what I'm trying to explain you here, every functionality will come up with a certain requirement, because it has been developed based on that requirement only. So customer will give the requirement, you have to you have to refer that requirement and make sure that functionality is actually working according to the requirement or not. Are we clear on this? So this is the second definition. Okay, the third definition is execution of a program with an intent of finding a defect. What is the intent of finding a defect? As a software tester, I have already told you your job is to find the defects. So every time whenever you're trying to test, your intent, your will is to find a defect, is to find a bug, right? So whenever you are doing software testing, your whole focus should be, or your whole intent should be, to find a defect in the software. Okay, so basically for an example, the requirement is saying while tapping on the sales link, sales page should be displayed. Under that sales page, product 1, product 2, product 3 should be displayed. Now what could be the possible defects here? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone have a guess on this? This is the requirement. On tapping on the sales link, sales page should be displayed, and under that sales page, like user should see P1, P2, P3, product 1, product 2, product 3. What could be the possible defects here, guys? Can anyone take a guess?
Page is not developed according to the requirement.
Yeah. But can you point out where it could be a miss from the developer?
Developers actually, obviously, maybe he missed some kind of requirement, so he developed page according to the not according to requirement. Maybe he developed that particular page according to that requirement, or maybe he implement something extra. Like
Okay, yeah, I got your point, but I would need a example. For an example, I'll give you one example. You can tell me after that what could be the possible defects. Okay, first possible defect is that there might be chances when on tapping on the sales link, sales page is being displayed, but product 1 is only there, product 2, product 3 are not there. This was one defect. What could be more?
Product 1, product 2, and product 3 could be different from what it should actually.
Correct. So for an example, product 1, product 2, product 3 should be electronic items, but instead of that,
Yes.
it is showing the furniture.
Any furnitures or something, yes.
Yeah, this could be a defect. Another, guys, take a guess. Oh, you might be wrong. We are not here to judge you guys, right? We are in the initial stage, and you can give it a guess. I would encourage you to give it a guess.
Clicking upon the sales button, it doesn't redirect to the sales page.
Exactly. On tapping on the sales link, it is not redirecting to sales page, but it is redirecting to purchase page. Now this is also a defect. What else?
Maybe the display prices are wrong.
Sorry, can you come again?
Maybe the displayed prices are wrong of product 1, product 2, and product 3.
Display, the prices might be wrong. Correct. What else? There could be one more potential defect. On tapping on the sales link is also not working, itself not working. It is not tappable. When you tap on it, nothing is happening, right? Second, basically sales page is being displayed, but sales spelling is wrong, or font is very small, design are not that accurate. This product should be in this particular order, P1, P2, P3, but it is in a different order, P3, P2, P1, correct? Some of the things are missing here. That is also possible, correct? Now, how exactly they made this? Let us understand how exactly they make the functionality of the software. If I tell you, on tapping on the sales link, sales page is being opened. How exactly they are actually making it, right? How exactly this is happening? Because if you tell me, right, so what is a software? Software is being governed by a machine, right? Machine will be responsible to make software function like that, correct? Computer, correct? And if we have already understood in our like initial computer classes, they have taught us that computer is a dabba machine, computer is a dumb machine. If you want to make something happen, if you want computer to do something, you need to tell computer you have to do this, correct? Yes. So if
Yes.
if I want this particular sales link to open a sales page, I need to tell computer that when a user taps on the sales link, it needs to open a sales page, correct? I need to tell this to the computer, correct? So basically, that only instruction, that instruction that when a user taps on your this particular link, you should open a sales page. This instruction is being given by the developer with the help of programming language in the form of program. I'll repeat it one more time. Okay. So what exactly developer do? They will write the instruction what should happen on what type of action to the computer with the help of programming language, basically as a program. Okay. They will program this sales link in such a way when a user clicks on it, it will open a sales page. Got the understanding? That is the program all that is the program all about, right? This program, if for an example, the sales link, like if you see any of the software, right? Let me open some software for you. This is Amazon website, you can see, right? And this is a fully functioning website, correct? If you do the action, you will get a reaction, right? I've clicked on bestseller, it opens up a bestseller page, correct? Getting my point? So what does this mean? They have programmed this bestseller button in such a way when a user clicks on it, you should see this page. How this happens? Can you see that program right now on screen? No,
No,
you can't see, but internally they have implemented that program, right? We all know that, right? Until and unless that program is not being implemented, this button will be dead. This will not work. It is just like a drawing sheet. When you click on anything and nothing will happen. Okay. So in order to make everything function, they need to do the programming. They need to tell that particular component how that needs to behave. And that will do with the help of programs. Okay. Let's break it down in smaller pieces so that you can understand. This is a sales link. When I taps on it, it will open a sales page, but that needs to be told to that sales link, right? Developer will do what? And at the back of this particular sales link, they will write a program. They will attach a program. So as soon as a user clicks on it, the computer runs through these instructions, and then once after this instruction is being run, as an output of this particular instructions, they will show an output on the screen. Getting my point how it works? Should I repeat, guys?
Yes, sir. Please repeat.
Yeah. So basically what happens when you see a particular component on screen, to make it function, they need to write a program. So what they will do, they will implement or they will attach. You can on a higher level you can understand in this way. This program is nothing but the instructions. This will be written in a programming language, but on a higher level, what they have written. So on whenever a user taps on this particular line, they have written whenever user types on the sales link, it should open a sales page with product 1, product 2, product 3 all together. So these are the this is actually they have been writing in the program, but in a different language, programming language. Okay, then what they will do, they will attach this program with this sales link. Okay, so when the user taps on the sales link, the computer will go and run through these instructions, what needs to be done, and as an output of this program, you will see an output on your screen. Okay, are we clear?
Yes.
Everyone is
Yes.
clear? Anyone who has any kind of doubt here? Anyone?
No.
No, right? Cool. So now I'm trying to explain you here is, as a software, you will not directly interact with the software, with this particular program. If I want to test this, right? If I tell you on tapping on electronic button, it should show you electronic items. Okay. So I'm doing the software testing. I will validate on tapping on this electronics button, electronic items are being displayed or not. Okay. So we are doing the software testing. We'll tap on here and we'll validate electronic items are coming or not. We validate it, right? It's all electronic items. This is a correct page. In order to test this, do I need to go and see the program which is implemented behind this electronic button? Yes, no, anything, guys? Do I
No.
need to go and see the program? Obviously, no. But
No.
it is being internally, what is happening internally, that program is being run, and as an output of that program, we are seeing this page, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to explain you here is, any functionality you are testing, you may not interact with the programs directly, but you will be interacting with these programs indirectly, correct?
Yes.
So as a software tester, when you are executing the software, executing your scenarios, you are testing the software, basically you will indirectly interact with the programs and you will validate the output. So this process is also known as software testing. When you execute the program, not directly but indirectly, when you actually make computer run through the particular programs, not directly but indirectly, this in this whole process, your intent, your will is to find a defect in the software, and this whole process is called software testing. Are we guys understanding? We'll break through the architecture of the software for you in the future classes, but on a higher level, this is how it works. Got the point? Should I reiterate the definition one more time for you guys?
Hello.
Yeah.
No, sir.
No, sir, it's okay.
No, in that one particular page, there is a lot of electronic items are there.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the question? Yeah, there is a lot more in electronic items. Yes.
So in that, how we validate manually all those items? So you can say we need to validate these items.
Okay. So these are basically what happens, right? When you try to validate things, no, there will not be these many products. You are not responsible to test every product when you are doing the software testing, right? Because Amazon might have millions of products, correct?
Yes.
So basically, you will test the component. For an example, this is a list, right? This is a list of product. So you will validate this list is rendering the product or not. This is a list, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you will not validate the individual things, but the component. This component, the job of this component is to list down the particular products for you. And when you tap on it, it will open up a particular dedicated page for that. So basically you will validate this component, not exactly the products here. Okay, you will get these things where in the future classes for sure in depth. I'll make sure that. Okay,
Okay, sir.
but to answer your question, it is like that, right? If there's a millions of product, do we need to test with a million of products? Obviously no. You will test the component, you will test the things, whether this particular list is being appeared rendering products or not, and appeared as per the expected or not. You will not test the product. Okay. For an example, while testing, you might not have these many products. You might have only 2 or 3 products. So you will test with 2 or 3 products whether the product is being rendering, this arrow button is working fine or not, something like that. Are you guys getting me?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Cool. So we'll try to wrap it up for today. But before we wrap it up, like, do we have any questions in the today's class, today's session? Anyone has any questions?
No.
No, sir.
I think like it's a very pretty much basic. We are trying to cover a lot more things, but yeah, if in case of any questions, any confusion, even not regarding the classes, regarding the course or anything, you can reach out to me. I'll be there with you in the group. Hopefully you all are in the group,
But
right?
can developers also involved in testing because they know better than us because whatever the features they have developed.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Now, yeah, this is the point which we didn't cover today. Okay, so Neeraj, take an example that you are trying to do what you're trying to draw a sketch. Okay, assuming that you are drawing a sketch, and it took like somewhere around 2 days for you to draw that sketch. Okay, now if at the end of that particular completion of that, after the completion of that particular sketch, if I ask you to test whether the sketch is being developed or is being made proper or not, so you might come up with few scenarios or few defects, but you might not cover all of them. Why? Because gradually you are seeing that particular portrait developing, right? It happens, it's a human tendency. If you see a particular thing for a longer duration of time while development, you might not see the cons of that particular thing after the period of time. Correct? Getting my point? It happens, right? For an example, as a boys, I'll give you a example. If you are going to a gym, and if you have done like from somewhere around 2 to 3 months of gym, you might not recognize what are the changes which you have done in this particular duration, but a person who have seen you before 3 months and now seeing you now might see the differences. Correct? This happens in our day-to-day life. Correct? So the basic idea is that when the software developed and developer used to develop that particular software over the period of time, they might not be able to see the defects in that level which a software tester can do, because sometimes happens, right? If we have developed something, we are not in the state to accept the cons of that particular thing, to point out the defects of that particular thing. That needs a proper mindset. So that's why testers used to do that particular job, because they are specialized in testing. They might came up with few more scenarios which developer will not be able to test. Got it? Did I answer your question, Neeraj?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So yeah, that is for today, guys. In case of any questions, you can reach out to me in WhatsApp. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.